What's up, and welcome back to The Great Expanse by John Bap 426 here on YouTube. So glad you guys could join me. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. I'm glad you guys didn't find it robbery to subscribe to the channel. Help you hit that bell for notifications, so every time a new video is dropped, you will know about it second, and I will know about it first. Now, still in the spirit of Batman the Animated Series, yesterday, September 5th, was the anniversary. It was the 30-year anniversary yesterday on the 5th. Today is the 6th. But still in that same spirit, because I wanted to do a trailer reaction to the very first Batman the Animated Series trailer, but there wasn't one that I could find. What I found were fan-made trailers. I found modern trailers. I found Ben Affleck trailer. Like I was like, what is this? And I'm kind of looking like CM Punk here a little bit, because if you saw my the D23 video I did, you know why these are here. So check out those videos and you'll know. Again, if you watch my videos, there'll be so many inside jokes. There'll be so many light bulb moments. You'll go, I know that. The layperson doesn't know. So I'm just going to keep this information to myself and just laugh and not tell them about it. That's funny. Why? I'm not telling. But anyway, so the closest thing we're going to get to a trailer is the first theatrical release of Batman Mask of the Phantasm. All right, so we're going to look at the trailer for Mask of the Phantasm. This came out in the theaters. I did not know that. It came out in the theaters at Christmas of 1993. So let's check it out and let's see if it holds up. All right. Is it outdated? Is it dated? Who knows? But we're going to know in 3, 2, 1, go. The following preview has been approved for all audiences by the Motion Picture Association of America.
This Christmas, for the first time, America's most exciting and legendary motion picture hero comes to the screen like you've never seen him before. The Bat! In an all-new, larger-than-life feature film. Now, the Dark Knight confronts his newest and most menacing villain.
Your angel of death awaits.
The Phantasm.
I want you.
And faces his greatest danger.
Can't be too careful with all those weirdos around.
A soaring new adventure. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. The animated movie. Coming for a Christmas you'll never forget.
All right. So that was the trailer for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Still great. It still has that suspense, that kind of heartbeat accelerating, that spine-tingling feel to it. The concept of the Phantasm is just really decent. You know, it's a ghostly gray death mask with like a Grim Reaper appearance, but instead of holding a sickle, it's like at the end of the Phantasm's hand. And it's almost like there is no hand. It's almost like just that small sickle's there. So images of the Grim Reaper, you see Batman, you get a small snippet of the Joker. Can't be too careful with all those weirdos out there. Irony. The great Mark Hamill doing the voice of the Joker. A lot of people look at Mark Hamill as the definitive version of the Joker. A lot of people, when they read comic books, they say, yeah, I hear Mark Hamill's voice in my head when I'm reading Joker comics. So, you know, of course, the great Kevin Conroy, the late Ephraim Zimbalist III, who voiced Alfred Pennyworth. This was just the definitive cartoon of my teenagedom. Not my childhood, but my teenagedom. I liked it a little better than X-Men the Animated Series, a little bit. Spider-Man was up there too, and Superman. But this Batman the Animated Series is really, you know, the straw that stirred the elixir. I never did try to create a Batman character though, which is kind of curious, because usually you draw inspiration from something that already exists in the real world, and then slowly you chisel away at it, and then you have your own product. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it started out kind of like Batman, but then I kind of went in this direction, and now it doesn't even look like Batman. You know, just for instance, you know what I mean? But I can say I've never actually created a Batman character. That is my overall goal. Okay, and I've never said that on the channel before, but I kind of hinted at it. But The Great Expanse is about creation. It's about storytelling. It's about imagination. It's about me coming up with original characters, telling original stories, telling, stories that you can relate to, even if they're in the medium of science fiction or urban fiction or horror, fantasy, And I just think this whole comic book genre is just very fun because it calls in, it harkens creative minds. You know what I mean? Like, people look down on people that like read comic books. Like how old are you? This was written by an adult. I mean, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee were not spring chickens when they came up with the beginning of Marvel Comics. Jack Kirby was not some teeny bopper when he came up with the fourth world. The gods of Apocalypse and the gods of New Genesis. These aren't made by young people. But what I want to create, and I still consider myself young because I'm younger than Methuselah, but that's one of my goals, is to write an anthology book of short stories, okay? Because I prefer the medium of writing. Like, I want to make novellas, novels, then maybe get into comics, and because I am an artist, I can draw some stuff, and maybe I'll share some of those images on a future video. But I really want that stuff reserved for a website, not for YouTube. Because anybody can just look at your look at YouTube and just pick stuff off. Like, I don't think there's a copyright there. I'm gonna make somebody based on this, So I definitely need to get my own website going with my own information and own storytelling. But I said all that to say that comic books are something that really just stirs the imagination. You know what I mean? Like, I love reading comic books. I love cartoons based on comic books. I love movies and television shows based on comics. And I have to get into my mind that those are different mediums. Television shows and movies are not the same thing as comic books. So when I watch a TV show or watch a movie, I know they can't go beat for beat with a comic book. Because the person that writes a comic book is not writing a television show or writing a movie. 3 totally separate arenas. And I have to learn that they can't all be in bright yellow and blue spandex. And they can't be flaunting about wearing leotards, because it would just look silly, and it won't work in some cases. Some cases it will work, other cases it won't. So again, I take this comic book stuff very seriously. Even though we come on, we have a good time, when I'm able to do videos for you guys. But I really do take it seriously, and I hope you guys take it seriously. And Batman the Animated Series is, see how I segued it back in, but Batman the Animated Series is definitely something that I hold dear. I've seen all the episodes, even when they had the New Adventures of Batman, and they had the Batman and Superman hour. Love that stuff. Love Bruce Timm. Love his animation style. Justice League: The Fatal Five, which was done in the same style as Bruce Timm, was another great movie, introducing Jessica Cruz as the Green Lantern and introducing villains of the Legion of Superheroes called the Fatal Five. Great group, too. And this is all been spawned because of Batman the Animated Series. So Batman the Animated Series is really classical. It's legendary. And what better way to celebrate a 30-year milestone by just giving these guys their props now while they're still with us. You know what I mean? And just celebrating it and letting whoever watches this video know how important the Batman Animated Series cartoon was and still is to me. This has been A Great Expanse by John Bat 426. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for sharing the video with others. And thank you for helping The Great Expanse to expand for you and because of you. Thank you so much.